Good afternoon. I overslept today tremendously. And I am tremendously honored by H. Howard Shaw jumping in with this and James Layton jumping in with this and all of your support. It has been massively heartening and humbling and eye-opening in a way, because you see, I've always aloha. Oh gosh, is that Chris? Oh gosh, yeah, I can't read. I should put my glasses on maybe. Okay. Aloha, Chris. Because I've realized that I've kind of approached everything all wrong for some time. I have been trying to figure out what I need to bring with me before I even go. And that tends to create a different sort of approach, right? You'll pause, you'll think, and then you'll pack all the stuff up, and then you realize when you get there you have all this luggage, right? And sometimes you just have to trust your gut, accept what's in front of you, and freeze off your tail. So this is funny because I was already thinking about this morning that, with all of the comments and all of the participation, that today I would talk about the concept of release and just trusting what you've got thinking and going with it and running with it, and just that approach, that specific platform is such a different place to try things from. And so then I saw James Layton post about acceptance. No, wait, was it? Now I'm getting people backwards. Aloha, Lloyd. So now I'm getting people backwards. So give me a moment. I'm trying to recall exactly who posted which, because James Layton and H both posted something back to back. Right, it was H who posted about acceptance. That he's got to accept that he's never going to be a major league basketball player because he's 5 foot something. And James Layton posted about trust, how trust is what you do when nobody's watching. And it reminds me actually of something that I saw somebody else post recently, in along the lines of, if to be peaceful is not the same as never having an ability to defend yourself or any kind of lethal ability, that's being weak. Being peaceful is having the ability to destroy and choosing not to. So it's similar in trust, is that, it doesn't take a lot of trust to be in front of a person and do the right thing. It requires trust to have no one around and do the right thing. And so what this all kind of comes in together, I know I've mentioned the whole thing with tails freezing off of monkeys, but because that comes from something else that I watched today. But believe me, I'm coming all full circle here. It's all coming back around. So when I just accepted that, look, this is what's calling me. This is what I need to do, and I need to find the river that brings me there. Aloha, Lloyd. So I just accepted that I needed to find the river that brought me to my ocean, and that this is what was calling me, that I needed to go out into this ocean. And I trusted what I couldn't see, that where it would go, how it would get there, what turns it would take. And I allowed myself to just go where I belonged and let my tail freeze off, like the monkeys at the northern climates of Africa. That's when all of a sudden I found a different level of community, of support, of growth. And for me, it's really terrifying to, excuse me, it's really terrifying to rely on the community because I grew up without one. I was a caregiver for my mother. She's epileptic. My brother was also epileptic, is also epileptic. And so whenever my half-brother would come down for the summers, my half-brother and my half-sister, it was always an interesting summer. And I mean that in the most Asiatic form, you know, the ancient curse, may you live in interesting times. It was an interesting summer every year. And I was the community. I was the caregiver. I was the person that had to be right. I was the one that had to have it all figured out. I was the one that had to know what to do. And this has been a recurring theme in my life a lot. That I had to know what I needed to do before I would do it. And I think this is something, this whole challenge, to just get up here and talk about whatever comes for the day and not have it planned out, not have it scripted. I mean, I saw some ideas and I kind of challenged myself today to put them all together, and I frankly had no idea what I would ultimately talk about. But this is what came out. And you know what? I'm enjoying it. So, try it. Trust your gut. Accept what's in front of you. Climb that mountain and lose your tail. Maybe that's what's best for you. Maybe that's exactly what you needed. Until tomorrow, ahui ho, aloha oi.